there's a group called the 1619 Coalition. How you doing? Great. The 1619 Coalition, and it's led by one of the leading members is Eddie Conway, former Black Panther who was incarcerated for like 40 years here in Maryland, and he, upon getting out a couple of years ago, helped lead this effort here to create a community garden in a disinvested red line black community. And this is where Freddie Gray was basically arrested and then put with his leg hurt in the back of a van, still alive and in pain, only to emerge from that van in a coma with his vertebrae cracked and his voice box crushed on April the 19th, 2015. And there's actually two murals, one here and then another there, to sort of commemorate the spot where that happened. But, you know, it's juxtapose that tragedy with, and we can walk through here, you know, juxtapose that with the attempt to actually grow and put something here that would actually help nourish and sustain the community. And there used to be like a vacant house here. I guess the city has torn it down. And they basically, the Tubman Coalition, 1619 Coalition, Tubman House is what it was called. They basically just straight up occupied that vacant home and began to start this garden and render or start like providing community service to the community here. Park or green space, and you saw it's just where we came from, like 10 blocks away. Like, where did we see something like this in Sandtown? And I believe this is, I mean, it's public property, is maintained by the city. Where's the lush, beautiful greenery, shrubbery? I mean, you see the trees with the flowers. Of course, the fountain. You know, this type of green infrastructure, and a lot of the literature that talks about like the restorative power of nature, of being in a green space, of, you know, just being outside, walking around, how nature has like these restorative powers. I mean, I feel restored just being here, just smelling the air, and, you know, surrounded by all this green space, all this greenery, green infrastructure that doesn't exist. This is not, you know, we saw an area where the people had come to try to build a community garden, you know, through their own sweat equity. You know, they had to confiscate land. They had to take over a vacant that the city owned and wasn't maintaining. They had to try to create a green space, whereas the city is maintaining this luscious, beautiful, gorgeous green space just like 10 blocks away from where Freddie Gray grew up. I mean, this is the kind of apartheid that angers me. You know, the apartheid in this city that damages black lives, that in this predominantly white neighborhood, you could have like this secluded, gorgeous, bucolic, verdant hideaway of green lusciousness, but in black spaces, it's like a concrete jungle. It's green spaces that aren't maintained by the city. It's the lack of trees, it's the lack of shrubs, it's the lack of green infrastructure, it's the lack of those things that nature will provide to actually boost mental health, boost and restore people's spirits and their souls. And, you know, they have like this luscious fountain, and this is, I can't find this nowhere in Sandtown. This Freddie Gray's of Sandtown, and Corinne Gaines, who was also lead poisoned, both of them were lead poisoned. You know, this type of infrastructure doesn't exist in East and West Baltimore in black neighborhoods.